bad thing about the brilliant Obama strategy, which won him re-election, the bad part about it is by putting the president and so much influence in the battleground states, you really didn't have a president who went to Georgia, who went to Texas, or who went to Louisiana, or who went to Montana, and either helped bring in Democrats or softened up a little bit of this opposition that is, the constant pounding that he's been taking for 4 years that has demonized him in a lot of parts of the United States. So that's one weakness that he's going to have coming in. At the very end of his speech last night, I thought it was highly significant. He went back to "there is no red state, there is no blue state," and if that is the way that he governs, it's going to be a really hard hurdle to go to Georgia and Texas and convince them that he means it. But I think that that's the way that I think that he gets things done. That's the way that he sinks the roots of health care. Gets a grand bargain, I think.
All right. We've got just 1 second left, so I'm going to ask Scott, give me your final wrap-up. What did you learn last night in 30 seconds? Then, Jack, I'll go to you.
I think, again, it just goes back to the parties sorting themselves completely. They're sorting themselves into different parts of the country. They're sorting themselves further and further ideologically from each other. And by the way, it's not just geography and ideology, it's race also. If you look at the seats that Republicans went after, after they built this huge majority, the Democratic seats that they still managed to go after, almost all of them were more than 80% white, the populations. On the flip side, the majority of the Republican-held seats that were heavily minority, I think more than 40% non-white or so, were targeted by Democrats for takeover, and they were successful. Both sides were successful in a fair few of them out on the edges. So just more and more, the parties are sorting themselves further and further apart on so many different levels.
Jack, what did you learn last night?
I learned it from NBC News. It was an amazing historical fact. This is the first time since Jefferson, Madison, and Monroe that we've had 3 presidents elected to 2 terms in American history.
Not bad. Not bad.
I don't know exactly what it means, but
there you go. I learned that Democrats have a real problem coming up. We've talked. You're going to hear a lot in the next couple days about the Republican problem with demographics, how they're going to deal with Hispanics, how they're going to deal with the coalition of the ascendant. If Ron Brownstein were here, you would have heard that term today a couple of times. What Democrats have, though, is a problem with the Obama coalition. They got it out in 2008. They got it out in 2012. Can they get it out in 2014? Can they get it out in 2016 with another presidential candidate? Or is this coalition specific to this individual person who has such magnetism, such resonance within the Democratic base? So I'm going to watch how the Democrats try to absorb the Obama campaign organization over the next couple of years. I think that'll be as critical to their success as the Republican outreach to that very Democratic coalition. So with that, I selfishly took the last word. I apologize, but thank you all so much. I really appreciate your time.